I think I recorded the computer. Okay. Guys, I'm just going to start with the presentation so we don't take too much time. Last week, on Thursday, we spent some wonderful time together, and some people told me that I'm taking too long. And obviously, some of you guys, you've got jobs to do, you have places to be. So I tried by all means to trim this, just, tip of the iceberg information so that you guys, can be well conversant with what is happening out there, including obviously our platform. But
This meeting recorded.
What happened? Recorded. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, yes. So the plan is from now onwards, we're going to have these group mentorship sessions. And whilst we're having these group mentorship sessions,
Do you know where it is?
and I think somebody's checking in again. Yeah, we have more people coming in. But can I ask that all the people coming through, you put your mics on mute? If you can have your mics on mute. Mr. Laka, I see your mic is still active. Oh, okay, great. So, this is Kariba World because we care about myself first and all of you second. We are registered South Africa, UAE, those who are not aware. And always, I stress, these are the two important, the website and the info email. Very important, these two, keep in mind. Now, I'll hop into the next slide. And I hope you guys are audible, and you can see my screen. Yeah? Is my screen clear? Am I audible?
Yes, audible. Your screen is clear on my side as well.
100%. Then I'm happy. Basically, I wanted to say this is our agenda for this evening. And what I'm going to do with this presentation, I will also upload it onto our social media platforms. Over and above that, because I'm not greedy, all this information, I'll have it on PDF and share it amongst all the groups. So those who are struggling with internet, with data, they can read through. And this, as I say, is just one of those group mentorship sessions that we're gonna have moving forward. For today, this is the agenda, and I will not dwell too much into each and every topic for the reason that we don't have enough time. However, as I say, in future, maybe we'll take, for example, just one item and then we drill into it. Another time we take another one. And obviously there could be other topics that you guys also may want to advise on in the near future. Those will be welcome. Basically, our services, will start with those. The group mentorship, which is for this evening, just high level in terms of CV reviews, the jobs, salaries versus currencies. We're looking at different countries. And this information for some of you, you might find that we know this. Why are you sharing this information? But I can assure you there is a lot of people who don't know this information. For you, it might be basic information, but for others, it's like, wow, we didn't know this. Now we can make better choices moving forward. We're also going to be looking at the geopolitics, how they affect, our everyday lives, immigration, mentorship, and coaching. I'll just go high level. for all our subscribers, what we're doing now is we're doing one-on-one mentorship sessions with all of our subscribers. This is something that we just implemented. And as I say, we'll continue to have maybe bi-weekly group mentorship sessions. Let's move to the next slide. In terms of our services, you guys, most of you, obviously, you're fully aware of our services. I'm still bringing this on here because I had more than 100, people asking me questions about Kariba World, coming from Facebook, from most of them from African countries. And I've been in communication with them. And so they promised me they will also be attending the meeting here. I can't really see how many people are here, but for now, I thought, let me just plug it in. Because even when we upload this to the social media platforms, there might be somebody who is not fully aware of what we're doing, because most of the questions, like 60% of the questions that I've been receiving from potential members was, what is Kariba World? Others say, does Kariba World have jobs? Does Kariba World only focus on mentorship and coaching? So we can see that people, they're still not really aware of who we are, what we are doing. Now, obviously, we have the international jobs on our website, professional CV review. This is what we're doing. And for some people, I'm already telling them that we're not just doing CV review, because CV review, it means you just review the CV, you make a note, you say, go and fix your CV. I just put CV review, people can understand. We actually doing a full CV revamp. That's what we are doing. And some platforms or service providers, they actually charge you a certain fee for the CV review, and then they will dig deeper into your pockets for the CV revamp, because we actually doing CV revamp. And since we are still newly launched, you have to start from somewhere. You can just come up with a product, and then the price is up there. You never proved yourself. But that's not what we are going to do at Kariba World, because Kariba World, we want to accommodate everyone, especially those who have always been excluded from such, important services, like even your CV review, where people cannot really even afford a CV review, where people did not have, full access to live vacant international jobs. I don't want to talk about jobs that are out there. Some you find you apply, no response. Why? Because these jobs already expired. They are no longer vacant. So yes, we also assist with the CV, interview for interview preparations. We assist here. This will actually be part and parcel of the mentorship and coaching. Now, this is me personally. When I started this product, Kariba World program, for me, it was about, and it's still about, priority number one, which is personal development, learning, and obviously boosting your confidence through mentorship and coaching. My priority number two, international jobs, CV review, obviously preparation for interviews. But we are human beings. Human beings, number one, we want shortcut. I just want that job. This I can see later. I want this international job first. It's like somebody saying, I want this international jobs with a bigger salary. Once I have this job, then I will come back and do the CV review Once you have my CV reviewed, then you'll prepare me for interview. After, then you can give me this mentorship and coaching. But number one, I want the international job. This is in the mind of us human beings. But actually, everything should start from the bottom going up. That's where we need to start. Then this house that we are building, it will have a solid foundation, which is the mentorship and coaching. Even when you look, all of us, we came from a mother and a father. We will not be where we are safe, sound, if we did not have a mother and a father. So that's where the mentorship starts. We'll go to the next slide. In terms of subscription, I'm still bringing this on to all of you. The reason is I'm still getting questions around, our subscriptions and wara. And for me, I thought this is clear to date. So I find that there is still a gap in terms of understanding. I will not say knowledge and understanding. I think it's just understanding. We have the standard. This standard, monthly, $199 US. And people, I've had a couple of university students that we asked questions on what they think about the website and the services. One of, the common query that came from them was that, why do you have the prices in USD? They say any South African or any African, once they get into the website, the currency they see is US dollar. It doesn't matter if it's $1 or $2 or $3. All I saw is US dollar. Then I say, this is not for me. But I said to one of them, I said, you see, this is why people need to travel, because there's a big world out there. Not everything is about your local currency. The whole world, even oil, gas, a lot of commodities, everything is based on US dollar. And for us at Kariba World, it says for itself, it's world, Kariba World. We are for the world. So we had to select a common currency that is fit for everyone. And the US dollar is the currency that is fit for everyone, because we are not starting a spaza shop here or a supermarket by the corner. We are going big, we're not going small, and we're not going in reverse, we're just gonna move forward. So US dollar speaks our language. And our company registration, as I said earlier, it's South Africa and UAE. UAE being the hub of all global finances, is the distribution hub for all economies. So that's where our main head office is. So we have the standard, obviously access to our jobs on the side, including the group mentorship, interviews, preparations. Now, this group mentorship that I'm doing like now, open to the public, I want to be honest, we're doing this, because also it's part and parcel of our marketing strategy. Because sometimes people, they need to, have a taste of it and say, oh, so if I get into a relationship with Kariba World, these are the things I'm gonna be receiving. This is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what they're gonna change and whatever. So at least to show them that we are here to stay and we are here to grow. Now, this is a new one that is we are introducing. It will probably be effective maybe in a week or so on our website. This is only for college or university students. And I know at times, even the price, someone might say, $299 is a bit high. But if you look at what we are offering in terms of the services. And this is just the baseline. We're gonna go, this is the minimum we're gonna offer to. But let's not go into the details now. In terms of the premium, people are fully aware. Now we also have the job marketing that is already in action. There's slides coming where I'm gonna show you guys in terms of the job marketing. This is also one that we introduced recently, the Premium Plus. Why we introduced this one? Because there's people who actually, gave their opinion. They said, we need something that is slightly above the premium, a premium plus, where I know that everything, everything is in here. This is like your Mercedes. They said, we want a Mercedes. Say, I've got the money, and this money is not much. Some even paying for the whole year one time because you get 2 months off. They say, then I know I'm sorted here. If at any point in time you pay for this for the whole year, you have a son, you have a daughter, and for you, maybe you already landed your job, you can say, no, I want to give it to my son, to my daughter to take over. I'm good. Also, we do that. We have the CV reviews, less than 5 years experience and more than 5 years experience. This is where we are. And I did make mention last week that some CV, very long, others 5 pages, others 11. 2 days ago, I just, finalized one CV, 21 pages. And over and above that, another 13 pages of projects. So you can imagine, it took me like 2 full days just working on one CV because I have to go to work. I need to come, there's prayers, there's this. I'm working only on one CV. So if you look at the $19.99 for that CV, this is a bargain. Professional CV review process. I thought, sometimes it's good just for you guys to get a glimpse of what is going on internally, because inside the organization, sometimes you just bring your CV, and then when you bring your CV, you go relax, do your thing, a day, 2, 3, 7 days later, you get your CV back, maybe also with one, phone call to gather information. You don't really know what's really going in here. And I'm going to say this. CV revamp process, it's quite intense. For me, what I'm doing, because I'm doing with this passion, it's quite intense. And the reason is I always want to do things right the first time. Obviously, I cannot be correct all the time, but I want to do things right, especially when someone pays for a service. If I'm doing it for free, it's different. Even if I do it, you are not happy. I tried my level best. But for the fact that you paid a fee, whether it's 1 cent or 2 cents, or somebody paid me $1,000, for me, it doesn't change. I have your money. I need to do it right to the best of my ability. So when you look, I'll start here. When one looks at their resume, have your executive summary, work experience, skills, achievements, qualifications. Right at the bottom, I just put cover letter. Most people don't put cover letter. This is just an example. At Kariba World, for me, when we start to review your CV, we don't just start with executive summary going like this. No, this is how your resume process flow. For me, it starts here. Number one, I want to see your education, your qualification, and understand it with dates. And then I will cross over to your work experience. I want to understand your work experience, the title, the job, key responsibilities. Then from this spot, I need to go to achievements. I'm looking if you do have achievements recorded. From the achievements, I need to go to your skills. Only after this, then I can maybe read your summary. But 99% of the time, I never read the summary. I want to be honest. I don't read summaries. I just don't read it because the minute I read your executive summary, already, it's like it's bribing me to say, even when I write the summary later, I must follow yours. So when I open, I just blank it out. I don't want to see. So I will start, as I say, education and then I go. So basically, why I start with education is to see, okay, I need to see when you study dates from who, okay? Does it align with your work experience or were you studying, online? Does it, what duties are you performing? The job title, is it in line with your duties? Because this is also had a session last week. Most of the resumes, job titles do not really match with the key responsibilities. So that being a challenge. But yes, some of the things that we look at, even if this is like general, your executive summary or my executive summary, after I reviewed your CV, it must at minimum include these items: job title, years of experience, essential skills, biggest achievement, country of work. Some might have seen I don't really state what country you are. Why? Because on the header already we put there your contact details and your high-level home address, including your home country. So it's already there, South Africa or Zimbabwe or India. So I don't need to include your country here in the executive summary. I don't duplicate it. In terms of work experience, these are all the items. I'm not going to go through all of this because all of you, I'm going to have it on PDF shared with you, and I'll share this presentation later. Because of the sake of time, I will roll on to say, in terms of our international jobs, most of you are subscribers. You've already seen what is happening on the website. And whilst you are busy browsing and filtering jobs and this, we have our other team in Germany and Greece. They are busy upgrading the system in the background. Sometimes you might just see a finger crossing here while just know it's them. They are busy. Don't be scared. For this week, we've been above 80,000 jobs. This is international, global, all jobs included. And I know we do have some expired jobs. This will be removed. I have asked them. They are upgrading the system so that these are removed weekly. I want this to be removed on a week-by-week basis. Currently, it's removing, they told me, every 3 weeks. I said, nah, I don't want to see these expired jobs. I'm happy we have expired jobs. It shows that the system does work. So if a job reaches a dead end, somebody is taken or is removed from another platform or whatever it may be, automatically on our system, it says expire. That's what I want to see. I don't want to be applying for jobs and these are all dead. And in terms of the jobs, I've said it before, these are sourced directly from employers and some from every source of job market in the internet. And obviously jobs are active or expired. Now, I'm going to share with you this slide where we have the international jobs that our team has been applying for the premium members, and we have also gained new members this week, which are busy with their CV revamp, and then we'll also bring them on board. For here, I did not show all of them, guys. So because of the size of my, the slide here, I just brought this as an example, just for people to have an idea how we do this. And this is on a continuous improvement. Number one, these have been the challenges that we came across. Obviously, this being something that is new, this thing keeps coming here. I'll get rid of it. Number one, the staff training. We had to, train our staff, at the same time expected them to deliver. I know I'm not one of the easiest persons on earth. And because, as I said earlier, uh, I want things to be done right the first time. Quality is my number one. So that training took a little bit long. Now we have a total of 4 persons applying jobs for you guys, 2 to 3 hours a day. That's what they are doing, because also people are studying, people are working. So this is how it is. Maybe in the near future, when we really, zoomed up, then we can have people doing this job full time for you. Now, when we started doing the applications, some of the places were applying for jobs, especially Saudi Arabia. They required copies of qualifications. Then we had to go back to our members, ask for this, and then they said copy of ID. Today, another one came this morning. They said marital status. This is something in the Middle East. I don't know why they want to know marital status. And expected salary. And one chair contacted me, one of our members, asking about, now my salary is X. What expected salary should I come up with? And for me, I just said, if you're talking Middle East, just add 30%. It's just, some good to play around. Add 30%, but I can assure you, you are an engineer. Saudi Arabia, most of these companies, including the Aramco, when you are a junior engineer with 5 years of experience, you start at 180 to 200,000 take-home salary. So even if you put that your salary is 60,000, they will still give you that 180, because that's their minimum. You cannot go below. So don't put too much, but 30%, because you are moving away from family, you're moving away from your home country, it's a good adjustment. Just put 30%. Email addresses, we had a challenge with email addresses, because most of the sites you have to register, create an account. So we had to create new email addresses for everyone. We shared with all the members so that we use those to apply for the jobs. Whatever response coming from whichever job we applied for you, it will come directly to your jobs email. It's actually good. Me, I've always had just an email special for applying jobs. That one did not mix with any other email address. I knew this one is just for jobs and nothing else. And then also we initially said top 3 countries of choice. Now we said, okay, let's expand it a bit. Top 5, I would say even top 10, because then it gives us room to play. Like, this is just an example. Each and every person, country 1, 2, 3, same. You can see, okay, they find a job for this person here. Country 2, maybe still they did not find a job yet. This country 3, 1, but only because then we really started, kicking off 2 or 3 days ago when we got extra members. We had 1 person the whole of last week. This week we have 3, and then we just have this little bit of jargon. But now we know, even when people submit their CV for review, I will make sure myself and the team to include this information one time so that it's there. We don't have to go back and forth. People ask me always about salaries versus currency. Someone is talking, can you just mute them? Okay. I'm trying to find who's that person. I'm trying to. Okay. Yes. So now I just plugged this currency converter here just to show, example. you know, the US dollar to the South African, to the Saudi Arabian Real, South African Rand, Indian Rupee, Filipino, Malawi. What I wanted to show here is like when you look at one US dollar, you can see, check out the ratio. Check out. Yeah? Yes, can you still hear me? Yeah, I think they can still hear me. They are not responding.
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Yes, thank
No,
you.
we can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I will just open because we are also in the middle of the desert. So sometimes the network, you know, is pushing by the camels here. So US dollar, you can see, let's say one US dollar. Look how much one US dollar is to the Malawian kwanza, 1,700. One US dollar to South African rand, 18. There's a huge difference. So we come here. If somebody is earning, I'm just giving an example, 5,000 US dollar, it means in Saudi Arabian Real, they are earning this much. In South African Rand, look at the gap. Now, let's go to Malawian kwacha, 8.6 million Malawian kwacha. You go to Pakistan, 1.4 million. You go to Egypt, 253,000. Even if you say 253,000, whatever Egyptian pound, only 5,000 US dollar, only 91,000 rand, 8.6 million. So why I'm bringing this is just on a high level to say this is the reason why when countries, you know, very wealthy countries or kingdoms like Saudi Arabia, UAE, when they hire people, because they are hiring all these people, all of us from different backgrounds, different countries to Saudi Arabia, sometimes to do the same job or similar tasks. So there is no way they will give everyone 5,000 US dollars being from different countries because it will mean that this one from Malawi will become a billionaire very soon. While the local Saudi guy, you know, is still going into the thousands. So they have to make adjustments. So these adjustments, they come about to say, okay, we are going to say countries like USA, Canada, UK, including South Africa for that matter, we are regarded as Western countries. So that's what you must always know. So the salary scale differs. And then they will say, okay, this one maybe from Philippines, this one, they can be, you know, either second or third level countries. So the salary now is determined by your passport. If your passport says you're from Egypt, the salary, they put you on a different scale. If your passport says you're from Malawi, you go, there's already formulas. It's computerized, it's a program, it's already there. So even if coming from South Africa or from wherever, the Philippines, you know that you come to Saudi, they say, okay, 5,000 US dollar is for an American. You must know definitely you will not get the full 5,000. This is like cap. So you will get a fraction of this based on your passport or your nationality. So this is where this comes into play. So if at some time, maybe, for instance, maybe the South African rand is really dropping, it's losing value against the US dollar because of trade war or geopolitics or whatever, in future, they will look at it and say, okay, this South Africa is no longer on the level of Western countries. We must drop it. So it means the salaries will go again fraction. They chop. My third last slide, geopolitics. We know this, a lot of you obviously fully aware of what geopolitics means, but we know, I mean, this is, you know, it affects international relations, as I said here, between countries. and I will not really dwell much into this. These are some of these topics. I like them when I'm one-on-one with a person and we discuss, we have a healthy discussion, and I'm always, I have a big head. I always want to learn as well from other people. But when I prepared this slide, this is all from top of my mind. I did not read anything, I just said, obviously, economic power shift. Sometimes depends, you have gold, you have what minerals do you have, and the size of industry. It has effect on geopolitics. It has effect on who's going to become your friend, who's going to become your enemy, who is not, who's gonna come and want to bribe you. And obviously, these are all relationships, and this also affects, travel visas. How difficult do they make the visa for you to go to another country, or how easy do they, have the visa process make it for you? Like now, South Africa and Saudi Arabia, the relationship is quite nice. It's tasty. So South Africa said to Saudi locals, they said no visa, no need for visa for Saudis. We want you to come and visit. The United States is making visas difficult for South Africa. Why? Because the relationship is sour. You see what is happening? And this obviously, especially visas, affect tourism. And obviously, currency affordability affects tourism, and obviously the location, geographical location, sometimes even religion and all of this. So these things are there. I'm just going high level. I'll give you guys to ask questions. If people ask me about immigration and all of this, obviously, if anyone, you live in your home country, you want to settle permanently overseas or another country, this is what immigration is. And this might be the reasons that one is immigrating. You will not just want to immigrate without a reason. Last week in the meeting, one person said, I don't know where I want to go to. I said, maybe let me put this line. This might answer to say, how is the crime in my area? Are there better opportunities out there? What about business opportunities? How is the weather here? Can I get a better weather somewhere? Maybe you want to get married, you find that young, fine guy out there or a young, fine girl, or you have family friends that are working in another country, you want to join them, or you say, you know what, my home country, the local currency is dropping, and I don't like what it's doing, and I have a lot of investments in my local currency. Maybe I might as well jump the borders and go somewhere and start all over. Or where you are staying, things are expensive. You say, I'm going to move to another country, affordable living. That's why I plug in research here. I say, you need to do proper research. For me, as I said last week again, I came to Saudi Arabia, no plan, no nothing, no, I did not even apply for the job. I did not even do any research. I just said God made the research for me. I'm going, I'm gone. Already the job was there. I didn't want to research, no need for research. Research will find me there. So, quick one, mentorship and coaching. I said, let me maybe just put this up because I've been getting a lot of questions, even what is this mentorship? What is this coaching? What is this? How will this help me with finding a job? One guy actually from Ghana sent me on Facebook, he said, this mentorship thing of yours, how will it help me to make money? I love that question. I think I need to write it down somewhere and frame it. How will mentorship help me to make money? That is the best question I ever received. Now, we know mentor, an experienced person, requirement number one. Now, requirement number two, you need to trust that person so that you can open. You can be open, you can be free, and you don't feel like, you're telling them your secrets or whatever it may be, and you don't really think they are there for the good reasons. So you will not be really opening up to a person that you don't trust. You want someone you trust, you want someone who is experienced. You might not know their experience at the time, or you might have heard from others, but as you talk to the person, you will know that no, this person knows what they're talking about. And sometimes people ask, what is the difference between a mentor and a coach? And I say, my easiest explanation. Both are the same, but the mentor is more of a specialist in that field. Can be in your career or whatever you're doing. A coach usually can be usually wholesome, not really specializing, but holistic, general advice, but can still take the role of a mentor at the same time and feel in their shoes as a coach. The mentee obviously is the student. This is the mentee. Now, for this process to work effectively, the mentee needs to be serious about this, and the mentee needs to be engaged. And the mentee is the one who's responsible to follow up with the coach or the mentor. That's number one. Why you need a coach, you need a mentor? Maybe for career, you want to move overseas, you know, you want to ask about a lot of things. There's currencies, why are they changing? As we, previous slides, we spoke about the geopolitics and whatever. You want to make better life choices, for business, for study. But for me, always I say, why you need a mentor or a coach? It is because you want to get from point A to point B on a straight line. You don't want to go elsewhere, repeat the same mistakes that others have already done. And then after a few years, only then you get to your point B. I just want to move from point A to B in the straight line. That's why I need a mentor, I need a coach. So, guys, I will keep it here. I actually had a lot more to share, but time is not on our side. Q&A. I'm open for questioning. Those who want to leave, they are free to go. I know that sometimes, my engagements might take a little bit while. We are still on record, so this we will share, as we said, publicly on our platforms. Thank you guys for your time. I can have questions. Questions are welcome. Whichever slide you want to ask about, I will welcome. I will keep this one because I know people love money. I will keep this one. Any questions or comments or whatever, anything? Yes, Mr. Chris.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My question is a short one. I just wanted to know if I know a lot of us or a lot of people are interested in international jobs. If I'm interested in maybe a job that I like locally in the region that I'm staying in, does Kariba well cater for that besides the international jobs? Thank you.
Okay, let me answer that one quickly. These jobs that we have here on our website, we also have South African jobs. I did not check lately how many South African jobs, but I saw, when we just launched the program, there were plenty, Johannesburg, Pretoria, a lot more were in Cape Town. I did not check recently because a lot of people, they're not really looking for local jobs. Everyone is talking about overseas, so I've been focusing overseas. With this program, we cater for anywhere, including South Africa, including Zimbabwe. You want a job in Zimbabwe? Let's see if we have. If we don't, then let's start asking why we don't have those jobs. And the mentorship, the coaching, it encompasses, it's for everyone. It doesn't matter which job you want to look for, whether local or overseas. But yes, South Africa is included. We'll just have to check in terms of availability. But what I will say before I'm going to call Portia after this, What I will say is now that there is a lot more jobs, or let me not say jobs, a lot more mega projects coming up in Saudi Arabia and in the Gulf countries in general. So we are going to see a lot more jobs, starting with Saudi Arabia. Number 2 will be Oman. You guys must start, learning geography where these places are. Oman and Kuwait, all these places coming up. Let me have Portia. Then after Portia, we'll have Nongkululem.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I've got 2 questions. The
Yes.
first one is regarding the Kariba World website, whether you've got stats of how many people have actually applied for jobs, and whether there is, since its inception, and then whether you also have any success stories so far.
Okay, let me answer. Good question. I like that question
And
because
I've got the third question, but let me reserve it. I'll wait for your answer.
let me answer before I forget. I have a very small mind. I will forget. This is what is happening, because we just launched, less than, when was it? Less than 2 months ago. And even with the jobs, what I've noticed is a lot of the people, they will subscribe. And then when they subscribe, then it's like maybe sometimes they think afterwards about the CV review. And this was the reason why we introduced the CV review within the premium package when it was the special. Then at least when people went for that one. And then when they submit the CV for review, they say, I don't want to apply until I have my CV review. Then it takes time. Then we start reviewing the CV. After the CV, then we had to gather this staff to assist with applying for jobs. We have a few other people who subscribed to the general package here, which obviously they apply for themselves, the jobs and all of that. However, for us, we can pick up, we can get the data, how many are applying daily from here. Only once we take over the website, because the website now, I think you're fully aware, the design was with the website designers in UAE. When they finished their task, then I said, let me do the upgrade with these guys in the Western countries. So now the whole website is under back-end upgrade. So once they hand it over to myself and the team, because then I'll say, I'll start delegating. You are the admin, you check, the back end, we can pull all this information, including statements for how many subscribers, who is subscribed for what, everything we can pick up, including even these applications and all. For now, if we want it, we just send one email, they can compile it for us, consolidate it, they share it with us. In terms of success stories, not yet. And I don't want to give excuses. Number one, if you look, like say, I will just focus, and this is apologies to those premium members I did not include here. The list was just too long. It was too long. I just wanted a sample. When you look at all of this, people, all of them, they submitted their CV for reviews, and their CVs took at least 7 days or 7 days, because we want to make sure. So they lose the 7 days. And then this one for applying jobs for people, it's been active now for 2 weeks, this. And I'm almost certain that even my sister Portia, I don't know if you yourself also physically started applying for jobs here. I think your name is here. We applied for you 6 jobs in Saudi, 1 in Dubai. This is this week, I think. Because people will will subscribe, then it's like maybe they tend to be lazy to start applying, because sometimes it's a very long process, it's lengthy processes. But yeah, currently I've seen 2 rejections, one from Qatar, one from I think it was Europe or somewhere. That I don't know if there were other, the job application team can advise, because I'm not monitoring that. Khadija, how many? Maybe you can mention. I think Khadija can do that. Can you tell us? Just estimate. Doesn't have to 7. Okay, she says 7. But this rejections or what? Okay, rejections. But I did honestly, I did not check. I need to see what they say in the rejection. I'm interested, because from the rejection, I'm happy when someone or myself apply for a job, I receive a rejection, because it shows that, okay, it's not just a dead end. There's someone who is alive on the other side. They received my CV, they looked at it, they said I'm not happy. And I hope when they reject, sometimes they make mention what could be the reason, so that one can improve. But this, I'm hoping to really jack this program up. And like today, one guy, I think it's Devat, he was saying, I have more than 50 jobs that need this information. Now I cannot move on because I need this information. This is the reason why I sent the WhatsApp message to say, please, people, share this information. Is that fine, Dr. Poshia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's good. We need to keep track.
yeah. Yes, yes, yeah. I think I absolutely. I think
Yes.
it's very important. Yeah.
Yes.
I do understand that you are in your infancy stages.
Yes.
Yeah. My third question is regarding since you have started with applying on our behalf as subscribers, have you considered, or are you considering reaching out or using recruiters, or are you using only what you have on the website?
Okay.
Are you
Very
applying
good
using
question.
what you have?
Very
Yeah.
good question.
Yeah,
Very
because
good
I know
question.
there's a lot of recruitment drives currently with the recruitment agencies.
Yes. This is information that you being a subscriber with us, if also you have that information, just share with us. But for now, okay, for now, what we are doing, we're just focusing on the jobs on the website. The reason being, I personally believe these jobs, they are not fake. I've tested them. They are not fake. Number 2, they are live. They are not dead. So, as I say, these challenges now, I feel like this was a learning curve because we just started. So I would rather for now focus on what I have on the website, but I will not say, no, don't share that information. It's good to have that information, just, to look at it, which other recruiters, and we might even talk to them. Maybe they might even say, oh, Kariba, you have this platform. Let's see how we can collaborate. Something like that. It's not a bad idea. We can look at it. I think, Khadija, your hand is up. Nonkululeko, it was Nonkululeko.
Good evening, everyone. It's Nkululeko Kariba.
I'm thinking Nonkululeko. My younger sister's name is Nonkululeko, so I'm thinking it's her.
Yeah, it's Nkululeko.
Okay,
So my question is with regards to, okay, I've got 2 questions. The first one is with regards to the CV revamp. What is the like the turnaround time for your CV to be reviewed? So just to manage expectations from our side. And then the second question is with regards to opportunities in Saudi Arabia. I mean, yourself being based there, what from your observations, what is the market looking like especially in the engineering opportunities, because I'm an engineer myself. So I just want to know what does it look like in terms of the opportunities that are there currently. I know that there's a recruitment drive that's coming to Cape Town in around end of April. So yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. I think let me start here. This is what it's good. I love that you asked the question about the turnaround time for CVs, because I almost forgot. This is what I wanted to mention even earlier. CVs currently we're looking at 7 days, but I think it will be safer to say 7 to 14. I will tell you why. Because I have a team that is also going under training. And some of the CVs, if I knew that all the CVs coming are like 4 pages, 5 pages, then it's a different story. Now, as I'm telling you, some of the CVs, how long and tiring they can be. And I don't want to just go through a CV. These are CVs that you cannot look at it once and say, let me start working, sit down 2 hours and finish. No, it's a CV that you want to go through all the stages, as I had mentioned earlier, in terms of, the CV revamp. You want to really go through all these stages and to understand it. You spend time, it's like just using my eyes, I'm already shifting things. I'm already moving things. I'm already looking at the grammar. So this takes a bit of time, and then you start working on it. And sometimes you need information, from the client and people. At times it takes time for them to respond, things like this. But in general, I will say 7 days. Sometimes it might just be 2 days. I'm just saying 7 days to 14 days, just to be safe. And with the people that we are training, once everything is on the level, then the assistance will be there. And I want to mention this, moving forward, because I've been receiving a lot of requests, people who are interested in collaborating with us. Even, we're going to launch an affiliate program soon. My worry is once we go there, then we get traffic. And if we can't deliver, then it will be bad news for us. So I'm thinking in the near future, I'm going to start with subscribers. I say, subscriber 1, are you interested in getting training to do a CV review? Because CV review, this will help a lot of our people. And not only that, for other people, it will be good job opportunity. If I can create one job for someone who's not working or is working, and then I say, let me train you how I do the CV review. And then you can get something also from it. I'm happy. But I'm going to give subscribers first preference to say, are you interested? If they say yes, I say, come join us. Let me just purely for CV, because as I say, we're going global. So these CVs, once they start coming through, there's no way myself and the team can, do this 7 to 14 days. It's going to start falling to 2 months, and it's unacceptable. So I rather train more people. Then I say, for every CV, every $1 of a CV, from every $1, you get 30 cents, someone get 30 cents, I take 30 cents, for example. This is good. Then even you, I'm looking at, I think it's in Kulule, you ask the question. You can come later in future. You are an engineer, you have experience. I train you. And when I say train you, it doesn't mean you don't know. No, I'm just saying to my standard, because maybe we have different standards. I say, let me train you. Even if you work in Saudi Arabia, you work in Johannesburg, you work in wherever in the world, I'm receiving all the CVs. And then I say, Mr. Nunkuleko, here your 5 CVs. For every CV, we are charging, maybe it's this one. I'm just saying, maybe it's $20. I say, so now you have 5 CVs, they are $100. So it means for every CV, you are taking I'm just giving example. Maybe you're taking $5 or $7 or whatever amount. Then you can start counting. I'm doing these 5 CVs. My money is $20 US. Tomorrow, another 5 CVs. At the month end, I'm going to get so much. You submit an invoice, we pay you. I want to create jobs like this. These are the jobs I want to create. We have a lot of even learned people sitting at home. They've been retrenched. They don't have jobs. So with this platform, I want to start engaging them. Even for training, later I have a training website coming, maybe another 2 months now, because also too much work, including the CV, even including mentorship. If you feel you are confident, you are well spoken, we can have our little chats, training, and this, we start catching up. Because now everything is digital. You don't have to be physically in your house in Zimbabwe or Ghana or Johannesburg. You can be anywhere. This is why I love this program, because as long as we have a laptop and a phone, I can just leave now and go and work from Australia because I have a laptop and a phone. So even for you, you can be working. All you need is a laptop and a phone and a reliable internet connection. So then, obviously, we'll balance. You say, now it seems the traffic is this much. With the traffic this much, I'm going to need maybe another 5 CV reviewers because have an idea how long each CV will take. Then I come to you guys, I say, come, train me. Let's do it. If you are willing, we do it. Then at least even for yourself, you have a side hustle and you are learning. Next one, I think it was Chris, then Malusi Ngema.
Thank you, Kariba. Mine maybe is just a simple one. When people forward their information to Kariba World for all the services, how safe is a member's information in the hands of Kariba World?
Okay, good question. You see now, especially this number one, it will be with regards, you are sending us your CV. Your CV contains all your information. I've been removing ID numbers. Guys, on your CVs, don't put ID number. Remove ID number. Even your addresses have been removing because a person will put number 6, what street, like detailed. No, don't ever do that. Just say Gauteng, South Africa, or Johannesburg, South Africa. Leave it there. Or Pretoria, South Africa, or Durban, South Africa. Or Bulawayo, Zimbabwe. Leave it there. Don't go to finer details. ID, don't plug. And even for now, with this mission that now, especially Saudi Aramco, they wanted copy of ID. First time I saw this, I was not aware. I thought there must be a reason. So I said, okay, guys, just share copy of ID so we can submit. But I don't like having people's ID and this. But to answer you, from our end, we do our level best to keep your information safe. I say level best because at the end of the day, we have people, number one, but we also have NDAs that we made them to sign. They cannot disclose any information that is inside here. If one day that happens, at least we have a document to say you signed here, let's deal with you at this stage. I'll take it to Mr. Malus.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening, brother.
Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity. For me, I think it's something small. It's more of a suggestion than a question.
Yes,
I
like
suggest maybe we also share the short courses that we can do.
Yes, you are right. I think, Malus, your network kicked you out. No, he's got a valid point to say, short courses or even just courses that, we suggest people should do, but that will be part of this mentorship that is coming here. This is where now, tailor-made to say you are in this career line, these are the suggestions, because we cannot do it general. It needs to be specific to a person. Or in the future also, when we say, okay, today we're doing mentorship for engineering, people or engineering discipline. Another day, mentorship for IT. Maybe that's how we need to do it. And even at the same time, then we can bring about whatever, courses we suggest they follow. Dr. Koshia, I see your hand is up.
Oh yeah, no, I was
just
just saying that I wrote on the chat what I wanted to suggest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask Khadija to read it, because my mind, I'm used to just focusing on one thing. Maybe someone can read it for us, and then we'll take one last question, and then I don't want to keep people too long. Khadija, can you see it?
Yeah, she says there's recruitment drives for Saudi Aramco currently with Betty at Time Solutions and a few other agencies. They are doing interviews in Cape Town in April.
Okay, yes, 100%. These interviews were supposed to have been in September last year, then they were moved to October, then they said November, then they said January, wara wara. I think they are coming through, now in April, end of this month. There will be 1 week in Cape Town, 1 week in Johannesburg. So, yes, it is Prime, and then it is that one Betty, and I know there's another 2 agencies. I'm not 100% sure which ones those are. For me, I've always been speaking to Betty, because sometimes she forgets. She sends me emails. She will say, Kariba, I still want a job in Saudi. I have jobs in Saudi. I keep on reminding her almost every year that I'm still waiting for Saudi Aramco. Then she says, oh, I forgot. So I need to check with her. I think I will ask Khadija just to make a note. Let me check with her. And then I can share that information with you, because I've got her, even WhatsApp. We normally speak on WhatsApp with Betty. Then she can tell us exactly which dates. And even last year, I know guys like Zweli and others, they even submitted their CVs to her. Then we can do the same thing so they can submit. Thank you, Dr. Koshia, for that one. But as I say, if you have that information, just share. It helps, especially not obviously us in the program. Number one, it helps the people in general, because we want to remember these opportunities, especially Saudi, they were never made available to us, before in the 1990s and all this. So now Saudi Arabia changed the whole structure. They said, now we are taking over. We want, these are the requirements. We need so many black people, so many white people, so many Indians to balance the equation. So that's what now they have done. And some of our people, last year or year before last, they took a lot of ESCOM people, but from the contractors mainly. They took a lot of them, and they could not believe, coming here. They said, I did not even believe I really was coming here. One guy said he waited for 9 months. From the time he went for the interview to the time he arrived in Saudi, he said it was exactly 9 months. The other chap, he said 6 months. So you can see this will come as part of this immigration when we're doing one-on-one, because sometimes don't expect to apply for a job today, have an answer next week, have a visa the week after. No, for me, it took me exactly three months. From the time I received the job offer to the time I got my plane ticket, it was exactly 3 months. Then another 2 weeks, then I flew out. So it was 3.5 weeks before I came here. Let me give Mr. Joseph Singh. I'll have you as our last question from you, and then we'll cut it here. Thank you.
Okay. The other company is Overberg personnel. They also
Overberg.
send out yes.
Do you mind, maybe let's do this. Do you mind sharing it in the subscribers WhatsApp group? Because it will help a lot of people. Even Dr. Poshia, are you in the subscriber group?
No, I'm not. I don't know about it.
Yeah, you see, you divorced us, Dr. Poshia. You divorced us. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link because what we're doing, this is only for subscribers. It's only focusing on subscribers. So there is sometimes I don't want with this WhatsApp group, I don't want to be always message. This is message when it's really important. So I will send you the link and then you guys can just share in the group and it will help a lot of other people out there. This is what I believe. And there's people booking one-on-one mentorship with me, everyone, most of them from the WhatsApp group. So it will be good also. Let's not undermine the power of these mentorship sessions. I'll send you, maybe Khadija can send you the link. Send Dr. Poshia the link. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Singh. Guys, let's cut it short here. And in future, this is what I'm planning to do because we are only starting now. In future, what I'm going to do, as I said, I would rather in future just have a session just on mentorship coaching only. Then I have more fruit. Then another time, just a session on immigration because there's so much information here in terms of immigration because it goes down to even visa requirements for each countries. We test each country. Even other visas, they make them so difficult. You have to go even medical tests. Others, as I said, how the geopolitics are affecting all of this. So, good night. I'll share this with you in the groups PDF, and I will upload this, as I said, on our social platforms. Guys, this thing, we can really take it far, very far. As I said, for people to come out of nowhere, they want to collaborate with us, not even mentioning other people who say, I want to be an investor. So it shows the power of this product that we have here. And this is going to change people's lives. And I truly believe that for me, my intention is right. I'm already in Saudi Arabia. I would love to have more of you with me here. When you come, then I will go. For now, I cannot go. I want you to come, then I will go. Thank you, guys. Good night. Shanana.
Thank you, Kariba. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.